The demon spores I thicken the air. I can smell the stench of the sorcerer. I feel a little bit nervous relying on Angel's bizarre intuition alone, but it's worked so far and we're in a hurry. Is he actually following the doctor by his scent? Or was it just an angelism? There's something very advanced equipment here, and these documents look fairly new. Maybe this place is still in use. There's a register of names left open on the desk. Maybe it's a student register? Look, your name's here too, Angel. The Dark Grimoire. I feel the tendrils of imminent tragedy. They have notes on some of the students, too. Under Higiri, he acts as a neurotransmitter when excited. He seems to produce intoxicating or hallucinogenic pheromones. Physical exertion acts as a stimulant. The pheromone causes others to temporarily lose control of themselves, but its usefulness is limited. Not currently applicable in combat. I shall not allow the sorcerer to make me his pawn. I am the Crimson Angel of Judecca, destined to wander this earth alone. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but he sounds and looks expectedly heroic. It looks like all the students who are invited here have some sort of physical idiosyncrasy. How did you enroll, Kawara? Well, I was invited to. I don't know why. Yours is just a bunch of numbers. I wonder if it's an explanation for something like Higiri's. No, the black miasma of inevitable doom draws near. We are approaching the gate of the abyss. I feel its foul wind. Let's go. The doctor's waiting for us. Could you wait a minute, Kawara? What is it, sir? We're almost done. We need to... I want to ask you something first, Kawara. You lied, did you not? Huh? Lied? Me? I don't know why you would lie about that. Or maybe you forgot? Even though it was just yesterday. Yesterday after school? Like I said to Sakuya, I don't know anything about it. We have to ask the doctor. I see. Let's go on then. Mr. Nanaki follows Angel down towards the innermost room. I've been trying to find the truth about Kyle's death since this morning. Why would I lie? Maybe Mr. Nanaki misunderstood something? But that seems too simple. Just calling it. Ryuta is like a sleeper agent. And those numbers are his activation. In contrast to the rooms above, this area is dark and filthy. This must be where the fire was, 5 years ago. I feel like I can smell the soot just by looking at the walls here. Degeki threw himself into the sea of fire here to end the experiments. I wonder what I would have done in this place. Would I have ended it all like him, or... You're late, Mr. Kawara. I've grown tired of waiting. Uh-oh. The Dark Sorcerer, Wallenstein. Doctor? It wasn't just Kyle. You killed the Hell Headmaster as well. If it weren't for you, the boy who went inside wouldn't have been... Why are you doing this? Must I repeat myself? I told you before. I merely disassembled Mr. McBone after the fact. I did not kill him. Do you think I care? It would appear that you need some assistance. I told you before, but you should already have everything you need to answer your question. Who killed Kyle McBone? Do not listen to the Dark Sorcerer's words. Textoris Melodia Funis, we will lay a spell on you. Perhaps the peanut gallery could keep its thoughts to itself. Uh-oh. An iron grill drops behind me, like an evil wizard's portcullis. I'm cut off! Oh dear. We appear to be shut in. No, the dark spell. Wait, what are you doing? Nothing at all. I simply have no business with them. I was waiting for you, Mr. Kawara. Now, let us return to our conversation. A conversation about the truth you seek. You have done unbelievably cruel things, Doctor. You are involved in the medical center here, too. Nothing you can say to me will change my mind. How pugnacious of you. But you are lacking in logic. What I may or may not have done has little to do with the truth of my words. I was employed at this facility from the beginning. No doubt you have already deduced that I am working on Operation Hatoful. Operation Hatoful. The plan to wipe out humanity with a Sharon virus. Precisely. It does make me so happy when students read ahead and come prepared for the lecture. You are exemplary. The strain we isolate from the original host was extremely powerful, quite possibly the deadliest in human history. However, strains with such lethality tend to be fragile themselves. Sharon virus has no exception. It cannot last very long outside of a host's body. In order to deliver to the enemy, we would have to send live carriers into their society and allow it to spread via airborne infection. This proved troublesome. Sharon virus, in addition to being harmless to birds, is ill-equipped to establish itself in our bodies. Fujishiro Nageki, the original host, had a rare genetic condition which resulted in a slightly compromised immune system. In his body alone was Sharon able to safely reside. Alas, he refused to cooperate. You forced him to kill human prisoners. If it weren't for your experiments, he never would have killed himself. Indeed. It had not occurred to us that the tests of the strain's effects would harm his mental health. We expected that he would be glad of the chance to avenge himself on humanity, but sadly it was not so, and we lost our sample. The project was put on indefinite hold with his death, but thankfully, we did not lose his corpse in its entirety. I preserved his remains, and have kept them to this day. I've been waiting for a new carrier to arrive.
It sounds like this was a very labor-intensive project. Wasn't there a better way?
Quite right. I digress a little, but there was a reason for our methods. It did not take long for me to come up with a better plan. We need only compromise the subject's immune system, create a compatibility like Fujishiro Nageki's.
Compromise the immune system? They'd die!
Indeed. Even if the subject were able to become a carrier of the Sharon virus, if they died of some other infection, it would all be for naught. Which is why I was very careful with who I choose. I worked on the subject over time, slowly weakening his immune system. I suppose I should count myself lucky that I achieved my goal in only a year. You are an exemplary student, Mr. Quara. I give you full marks.
Full marks?
My head hurts. Almost as if some strange creature is wiggling about deep inside my brain.
Are you okay, Ryuta? Mr. Nanaki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you are alright. Kyle came to the infirmary to see me?
You have come this far. I'm sure you can answer this. What was it that you forgot?
Everything is hazy. I think my stomach is acting up again. I drink the medicine Dr. Iwamani gives me and lie down, but my body still feels heavy. I'm tired. Are you okay, Ryuta? Yeah, I'm fine now. Mr. Nanaki said you were coming here, so I want to make sure you are alright. Kyle is reaching towards me. Want to go home? I'll walk you. His hand stops. Kyle falls to his knees, clutching his chest. Ryuta! I can't breathe! Oh, he can't breathe. This is bad. My mother said to get home early. Everything feels strange, almost like it's a dream. I need to go home. Goodbye, Kyle. See you tomorrow. Yeah. He fell down before my eyes, and then...
The experiment was a resounding success. Mr. McBone displayed the archetypical symptoms of the human infected with Sharon virus and passed away. Once the virus was inside a human body, it shuts down the respiratory system in a matter of minutes. Technically speaking, it causes an overreaction to the immune system, which leads to a widespread apoptosis in the lungs, but more simply, any human who comes into contact with you will die. You see?
You're lying! Kyle and I were together since we were children!
Of course. I only administered the live virus to you yesterday. All the things I've done to you over the past year have been in preparation for it. Do you recognize this?
The Scarecrow's head?
Yes. Alas, the body is now useless, but I should tell you about Labor 9, the being you call the Scarecrow. It is one of the Labor model new humans developed by Dove Party researchers, but denounced as unethical. We birds have advanced quickly, but our physical capabilities are still far behind those of the human race.
These new creatures were livestock, if you will, to compensate for that. The labor series was a great step towards the beautiful ideal of coexistence with humans. With a human's head mounted inside an artificial body, they were durable and capable of difficult tasks. Of course, they never entered development, the project having been shut down early due to ethical complaints. However, I carried on Dove Party researchers' will and created this prototype to be my sidekick. We didn't want too many other people snooping around disrupting your investigation, so I had to patrol the building. And now, next question. What is inside the bag? A human's head? No, close. But you have to be more specific. I believe we had Mr. McBone's head sent to your classroom, but did you notice anything missing? Missing? When I found him in the box, I was too shocked to be looking for clues. I may well have missed something. Wait, he doesn't mean Kyle's brain?! Correct. You do catch on quickly. Mr. McBone did come to meet you quite frequently. Of course, having been placed in Labor 9, he has lost much of his personality. Then he's alive? But his body's gone. All that's left is his brain. Can we still call that alive? Alive or not alive? I don't know anymore. Can you save him? That's a difficult question. We tend to think of there being a definite border between life and death, but really it's quite vague. His personality still remained in this world up until a few minutes ago. But you gave poor Labor 9 quite a shock, shall we say. Alas, Mr. McBone's brain is no doubt irreversibly damaged. The wonders of modern medicine can do nothing for him now but sigh and shake their heads. Yesterday, his body, and today his mind. You are a far more twisted villain than I could ever hope to be, Mr. Kuwara. Oh god, I killed Kyle. It was my fault all along. Why did it have to happen this way? This was all arranged for you. I had Labor 9, Mr. Sakazaki, and the headmaster help you along with your investigation. You are but one step from the end now. You must remember one more thing. What was it that you and Mr. McBone told me long ago? Come follow me. He holds out his wing. What lies beyond here? Kyle is gone. The one who killed him was here from the beginning. I have nothing more to lose. You are obedient, Mr. Kuwara. Wait! Texturis Melodia Funis! The demon spores are the thickest that way. You will not be able to return. That's right. The doctor is probably going to do something unspeakably horrible to you, Kuwara. Come back! Thank you for bringing Mr. Kuwara this far, you two. And now, goodbye. Oh dear. This looks bad. Do you suppose it's poison gas? This presence, Mystic Phantom, the avatar of miasma! You do take everything in stride, don't you, Higiri? Two humans lie in a twisted pile. They are Kyle's parents. He said they work as mediators between birds and humans. They were trying to say something to the humans barricaded on the other side of the wall, but they received only bullets as a reply. The death of his parents became a signal. The birds surrounding the little house crossed the walls as one. I can hear gunfire from inside. I can hear humans and birds screaming. We could do nothing but stand outside and watch. And then the stranger came and spoke to us. Is there anything you desire? I will grant any wish for you. So tell me. I answered, I don't want these things to happen anymore. My wish is for a world where humans and birds no longer fight. Even if I die, I want there to be peace. And Kyle continued, I agree. I would do anything to make Ryuta's wish come true. The stranger nodded. It might not be possible right now, but one day, I will make it happen. When we were children, that's right. That was you. That was the other thing you had forgotten. You have remembered, I see. 8 years ago, a number of humans barricaded themselves in a building not far from where we lived. Kyle's parents were shot by the other humans, and many birds and humans were killed in the ensuing gunfight. and I met the doctor. I asked for a world in which humans and birds no longer fight. You and Mr. McBonerton both said that you would be glad to die to bring it about. And so I am carrying out your wish, just as you had stated it. Every symbiotic relationship are not free from strife. In order to end the wars between humans and birds forever, one race would have to be completely destroyed. You see? Well, why did you choose me back then? Choose you? Why did I ask you what your wish was, you mean? I assure you, it was not a coincidence. I am not so bored as to wander around granting wishes willy-nilly. I, too, had made a promise to grant your wish. The preliminary test yesterday was a resounding success. We only need to transfer the original lysosomes of Fujiro Nageki to you, and everything will be in place. I have granted your wish. Though, I did make you jump through a few hoops so you could remember your wish and understand my intentions. It would be the least you could do to acknowledge all I've done for you, I don't care about anything now. Kyle is gone. My wish has destroyed everything. Nothing good has ever happened. If this was what my life is to be, I wish I had never been born. I don't want to see anything anymore. Do not be anxious. You have no will to resist. So soon you will forget it all. Good night, Mr. Kawara.
Ah, my crimson breast senses dang. Talking will just make it worse, Higure. Seems to be leaking in quite slowly. I'm glad we have a little more time, but this is getting hard to breathe. Wallenstein, you coward. Come out and fight.
Cool! Hold on just a little longer. We'll get you out of here. I will try to open the cage. Oku, you see to the gas. Cool. Oku-san shall not fail!
Ah, much better. No one can say you slack off as a student president, Shirogane. The Crimson Breast shall not forget this.
Are you two alone? Where did Kawara go?
Cool. Were you separated? Did Ryuta wander off and get lost? No, he didn't. He got carried off by the doctor.
Carried off?
Cuckoo. Oh no! I doubt the doctor's making him drink nasty protein supplements as we speak! And if we do not act soon, the funeral song shall be herald the coming of darkness.
Why can you never speak in plain Japanese, miserable poltroon?
He's just saying that the doctor's planning to turn Kawara into a biological weapon.
What?
We can explain while we walk, assuring I don't run out of breath.
Very well. Let us proceed. Kawara, are you alive?
Ooh.
Cool. Oku-san has a bad feeling about this. Ryuta is not normal. Miserable medical man, what have you done to him? Why, if it isn't the son of the noble Labella family, what is one of your prestige doing here? You pathetic jabs mean nothing to me. What have you done to Kawara? I have granted his wish. That is all. It is almost 10. The human forces are gathered above. Mr. Kawara will now return to the surface and begin the end of the human race. Kawara would wish for no such thing. He would never harm a human. Right, Kawara? It seems he is hesitant to agree with you. Bah.
He has been swallowed by the demon spores. Your voices will not reach him.
It is time for us to go. He has but little time left in this world, and cannot afford to waste any of it. He has but little time? What does this mean? His duty now is to fly above the world, spreading the seeds of throughout all of humanity. It will be a feat impossible for any normal rock dove. Of course, he will be shot as well. If he were to fall from his wounds, he would die before completing this task. Cool! Do not fear! Oku-san will stop Ryuta here and now!
Coo! Well, there he goes.
Mr. Kawara has traded his free will for normally impossible physical tenacity. He's been brainwashed? We have to stop him and bring him back to his senses before he reaches the surface. But Oku is stronger than any of us, and he was sent flying just like that. How can we keep him here?
Kawara's very strong, but lacks control right now, right? Maybe we should ask Higiri.
What? Him? He's nuts!
Haha, Black Bean Donna.
There he goes again, spouting nonsense.
Wait,
Kawara, stop!
ooh! Oh dear, there goes Shirogane. The demon Red Eye speaks. Seal the disaster with the power of the Chosen One.
He's reacting. But how is that frail Luzon able to affect him? What is he doing?
Hypnotizing him. According to the documents back there, Higiri has the ability to pull others into his own fantasies and break down their mental restraints. I was talking to the doctor about it earlier. I think it's real.
Mental restraints? Like how a desperate man can be stronger than usual?
The demon Red Eye heralds the awakening. By the power of the bloodstained hand, I seal the funeral song.
Cool! Oku's-san attack! Oku's-san cannot simply lose in a fight with Ryuta!
There we go. Perfect!
We're supposed to convince Ryuta to stop while ourselves being drawn in some bizarre fantasy? This is madness!
Don't think about the consequences, Shirogane. Just go along with it. Prepare yourselves. We fight, brethren bound with the red lotus feathers.
Ryuta. Oh shit, I gotta save. This looks like a final battle. Textorus Melodia Thunis appears. Angel's turn. Pure Wings awaken!
Textorus Melodia Thunis. Now is the time to break a one-sign spell. Hear the call of the red lotus.
San's turn. Cuckoo! Coo! A violent Ryuta is not a good Ryuta! Come to your senses!
Kazuwaki's turn. We're all trying our best for you, Kawara. Come back for us.
Sakuya's turn. Pull yourself together. Do you not care? Do you plan to destroy all we've gained? Stop, Kawara! This is not the path you must travel!
Us? Turn. The ghost. Jeez, Ryuta, you're causing every birdie trouble. I don't want to see you like this either. I'm the only Berserker class character this story needs. Wake up already, Ryuta! Ryuta was defeated!
Kawara, pull yourself together! Do you want this?
No. I don't!
Cuckoo, Ryuta is a vegetarian and shouldn't exert himself!
I don't want to make everyone sad.
The remitter reactivated? Fascinating. It should not have been possible for some hours yet.
Disease is half in the mind, after all. Outlook is surprisingly important.
I suppose this means my data was insufficient.
This is the end, Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein. Be judged by the Crimson Breast!
Wait, Angel, it's not just his fault. Why do you protect him? He is the one who did this to you.
Tell me, Doctor, why did you go so far to grant my wish?
Why did I grant your wish? My reason is nothing of note. It is not worth telling. This was merely an experiment. That has now come to an end.
You must have had a reason. You aren't the sort of to go around talking to children.
without a purpose. I want to know the answer to everything.
The answer is nowhere near as glamorous as you were expecting, I assure you.
Hey, good morning, Issa. Sorry to spring this on you, but could you take a look at these? What is it, sir? You seem excited. It's amazing. The healers we got earlier. Healers? Ah, the Hella cells from last month. Yeah, them. From the unusually old human. Eating science even after death. Can't we at least call the samples by their proper name? You've always been serious like that, Issa. These samples are like sweet lovebirds. Touch them with kindness, and they respond beautifully. Just how many lovebirds do you have again? Perhaps you should call them pet birds instead. Maybe you're right. Anyways, look at this. We've been looking into cancer cell immortality. Indeed, these results are amazing. We're quite lucky with these things. It's all about love. Or intuition. That too. Kawara Ryuji. He is quite possibly the most gifted researcher alive. He has abilities and intuition that not even he can explain. Hey, good morning, Issa. Nice weather, huh? Makes me want to do something outside. It's already evening. I believe one normally switches to good evening around here. It's good morning whenever I get up, Issa. Get distracted by things like common sense and you'll miss the greatest discoveries of your life. Sophistry? Wait, what's sophistry? Hey, good morning, Issa. Whoops, we're low on cash. Here. Was this the one? I didn't ask you to pick it up for me. Here, take it. It's not like we're running out. You sound like a pushy salesman. Your right wing is injured, right? Is there anything I can do to help you? Just ask.
I've been doing fine so far.
Hey, good morning, Issa. Hey, can I say something?
What is it, sir? I'm somewhat busy.
You're always busy. If I waited for you to take a break, I'd die of old age before I got to say.
Talking like this gets us nowhere.
Guess what? I had a kid!
I see. Congratulations!
What? You don't have anything else to say?
Not particularly. Reproduction is natural for all living creatures. Of course, were I to become a father, I would feel bad for the child, given my habit for locking myself away in the laboratory.
The only bird who I ever recognize, the only one who I ever recognize is worthy of my respect. Hey, good morning, Issa. I brought you something cool.
What is it?
A fossil! Look at it. It's huge!
You act like an excited child.
Hey, I like geology too. Ah, tempts me with spouse breach.
I will carry on your research while you are out, then. Go on.
Dang, you're cold. Hey, listen. Want to come with me on a business trip sometime? Field observation is fun. The next one's, at the start of the month.
While I am interested in your work, sir, I am part way through a fascinating process at the moment. Perhaps another time.
Yeah? I'll invite you next time, then. I bet traveling with you would be a blast.
Field observation is not exactly sightseeing. I'll make sure to open time in my schedule, though.
His last moments were dreadfully anticlimactic. He fell ill with a disease endemic to the island. By the time we returned home, he was so emaciated one could barely recognize him. He had watched as many other birds succumb to disease, so I was sure that he would die in this examination room, surrounded by his family. Issa, I always knew this was a possibility.
Yes, sir.
I don't regret the way I did things.
No, sir.
But I just remembered. I do have one regret.
Yes, sir?
I've never done anything a father's supposed to do. I'd promised to take time off for the first time in years. I want you to do me a favor, Issa. If you ever run into my son, Can you do something for him in my stead? A rather vague request. He's too nice. He'd never ask for something, even if he wanted it. I suspect he inherited that trait from his father. Anyway, if you ever happen to meet him, you don't have to go out of your way to find him or anything. Very well. I shall remember. What is his name? Ryuta. It's Kawara. Ryuta. You vanished from my life before I ever told you my feelings, and I've chased your shadow since then. Is this what they mean by quitting while you're ahead? Or was it just cowardice? No matter how I studied life, its past, its future, I will never be able to surpass you. And that was my goal. Kawara Ryuta, the son of Dr. Kawara, carrying half his genetic material and otherwise unrelated. But this boy, he may be the only way for me to catch your shadow now. End of 7th class.